Hello and good
Hey,
evening, and welcome to The Truth
truth
Behind
behind
the
the
Truth.
truth.
And it is our New Year's Eve celebration, toasting to you guys. Well, I know everybody's don't have their glass with them yet. Cup of tea, cup of water, whatever it is, you're toasting to somebody tonight.
Yes.
So welcome. Hey, Natalie, welcome
Hey,
aboard. Welcome
Natalie.
aboard. Guys, we want to thank you
Hi
so much.
guys. Happy New
Hey,
Year's Eve.
Happy New Year's
Happy New
Eve.
Year's Eve to you.
Want to thank everybody for taking the time out to be a part of our New Year's Eve party. Yes, indeed. We are celebrating and adjusting ourselves to a new year. Oh my gosh. We're going to talk about 22 and how 22 was for you, how 22 was up for us, and what we expected for 23. But I know what I said already for 20. 23, it's about me. That's my motto for 23. It's about me. All right.
Yes.
And I hope it is that if everybody takes that personal, and makes it about them, because that's our level of success.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great year. It's going to be a great year. I mean, we've overcome. We've seen a lot of things that have happened, and throughout this, we've lost a lot of people. I mean, just within the past 24 hours, we'll elaborate on that in just a few minutes. But I want to say hey to everybody. Sandy, how you doing, brother?
I'm good. I'm good. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you indeed. Oh, I'm sorry. The camera's moving around. Harold, how you doing, producer?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
You like the hat and the sweater.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It looks like you got your Versucci on.
Versucci, yeah, Versucci. That's what it is.
Versucci. Like it. Definitely. How's things in North Carolina?
Huh?
How's it in North Carolina?
It's nice. It's kind of drizzling out here today.
Really?
Tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Same
so
way
drizzle.
Is it cold?
It's not really cold. It's just drizzling.
Okay. Did you get that cold wave when it came down though?
Oh yeah, it was freezing. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's
it was
good.
like 18 degrees. It was like 18 degrees. I thought I was back in Detroit. It was real
wow, 18.
It was disrespectful cold.
That was a bit chilly.
Yeah.
That was a bit chilly. Well, great. We're glad to see you tonight. Parnell, how you doing, baby?
I am doing well. It's good to be here with you all as we close out the last night of 2022.
Yes, indeed. I like your outfit. You got your blings and things, and you got your diamonds ears. I got you.
I wanted to give a little festiveness for the occasion.
Yes, I like that. Looks good. Looks good. Natalie, how you doing, darling?
I'm good. Good Happy to stepping into a new year.
Absolutely. Thank you for being part of the fellas tonight. Add some estrogen to the channel. Bringing that strong womanhood into 23.
I'm trying to just go with the flow.
I got you, definitely. Well, good. All right, well, let's dig in. We're gonna have
how you guys doing?
No, I ain't saying that. I got Sandy at the top of the show.
Oh, well, okay. I didn't hear it, Sandy. I didn't want to leave you out.
No, I got Sandy at the top of the show.
Okay, let's go with it.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead.
Hey, Marilyn.
Thank you.
Happy New Year to you as well.
Happy New Year.
Yes, indeed.
Same to you.
So we're gonna dig in. I think let's get the unfortunates out of the way real quick first, and kind of elaborate on that. And then we'll move on to the excitement, talk about the great things this year has done for us and what we're expecting for it. But I hate to start. It seems like every show we had to start on a somber note, But we have no control over people transitioning, I mean, at the end of the day, and it's always unexpected, But I do want to start with Barbara Walters. That was just so unexpected, I think last night for everybody to find out, about her transition and just kind of finding out about it. And I'll speak our piece in just a second. I hadn't really realized that she had not been really publicly seen since 2016. Time flies. I mean, and I think maybe the last time she was on The View or whatever, but it's just amazing how you can be out of the spotlight for that long and people think that you're still in it, but you're not. But yeah, anyway, TMZ said that she had not been seen since 2016. So I was like, wow. But such a great woman to contributing. I mean, a lot of people have different issues about Barbara Walters, but I think she contributed a lot. Yeah, they do. But, it's not time to talk about the issues you had with her, all right? It's time to celebrate the life and her accomplishments and whatever, and all of the people of that she's had an opportunity to interview and be in front of, in her almost 60-year reign as a caster, I think she had a beautiful life, 93, I think everybody hopes that to get to 93.
Right.
Okay, mine's 105, and I'm not compromising. I get the 105, and I'm gonna negotiate every 6 months thereafter. So y'all get ready. Okay, we'll be well in the studio by that time. Okay, we may be rolled in at 105, but we're gonna still be there.
Well, wait a second. When you say you all be ready, I'm not going to be around for that. I'll be long gone.
Right. I'm not going to be around for that either. I don't need that many years. I don't need that many years on Earth. I don't need that many years.
Okay. Well, Harold, if you go before I do, can I have the sweater?
Okay. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just, hey, if you're given that opportunity, hey, Harold, by then you have 3-4 mentions. You can be in one of them all over the world. Hey, you may want to live across the pond at that point.
I don't want to be around that long.
Really?
No. 105, no.
Right.
Well, I do. I mean, because I just look at it like this. I want to see all of the empire that I'm building. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and I want to make sure that everybody in the family and all that's connected is getting properly blessed, and all those type of things. So I want to make sure all that happens. So,
I see it from the spiritual realm.
Okay. Well, at least you can say you spread yourself evenly that way.
I'll come hang with you, Harold.
All right.
Okay. All right. Well, then y'all give me high fives and spirit. I'm gonna stay. All right.
Right.
At my 105th, I will think about you at that point, Harold, if you ain't around. Okay. I'm gonna say to you, Harold. Okay.
And if you feel a cold wind blow, that's me. That's
right.
Me.
Exactly.
No, we see fog.
Right. These orbs floating around. There goes Harold.
Right.
Well, shoot, at the rate we're going with climate change, none of us are going to be here at 200.
Right. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah.
That is the truth. Yes. But anyway, so but go ahead and share. Your quick points about Barbara. If you guys have something to say, in regard to that. But again, let's celebrating her. Her accomplishments and things of that nature.
There was a moment that I really liked when she interviewed Krispy Kreme's Christie,
Governor Christie.
Governor Christie. And she said she was sitting across from him. Now, this was so bold for the times, but nowadays she wouldn't have gotten away with this. She said, "So unfortunate that I'm having to ask you this question now that I'm sitting across from you, but I noticed that you are a little overweight." And she was like, and she looked dead in his eyes and said, "Why?" I said, "Damn."
Wow.
I was like, "Okay."
Hey, Mama D, happy New Year.
Hey, Mama D.
Big shout out to Mama D stopping in and saying, "Hey, Mama D,
Happy New Year's, Mama D.
Happy New Year." Go ahead. Sorry.
But I was like, "Damn, Barbara, woo, Lord!" I said, "Ooh, that's some boldness right there." And he admitted to being like, "Yeah, I'm majorly overweight."
Well, he never changed.
He never, and he didn't get the hint from Barbara that you are overweight.
Wow. Wow.
But that was one thing. That was a moment for me. That was a moment for me when I saw Miss Barbara interview him. I was like,
wow. Wow. Go ahead, party.
Hey, her job as a journalist sometimes is to ask the uncomfortable questions.
Yes.
And she's definitely an icon in the field of journalism.
Yes,
there weren't very many women who had gotten that high profile at her job, and she really established a name for herself. And even, The View has been on for how many years now?
Oh, yeah.
20 years. Oh, no, 25 years.
Yeah.
25 years.
I mean, that's a huge accomplishment that was her dream or her goal to get this show up there, and it's been running that long. So she really accomplished a lot. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Even from being teased as Baba Wawa on Saturday Night Live.
I know, right? Yeah, on Saturday Night Live, Baba Wawa. Yeah. I remember that so much on Saturday Night Live. Andy, go ahead.
I'm just curious because when if you ask Chris Christie, how come you're so heavy? Is that truly journalism, or is that? I mean, if he answers that, does that give us some profound answer? or a country. I mean, that's, and in today's world, like you said, can you get away with asking that question? And yet there's all this on social media, people, fat shaming and all the other things that everybody else does. But, I think we need to recognize we're just people, and people are just going to say what they want to say. And they're going to look at somebody and go, how come you're this? How come you're that? Why are you this? Why are you that? And then we just have to deal with it. And maybe, you remember the question, but what was Chris Christie's answer to that? He said, yeah, I'm overweight.
Oh, yeah, he just said that he was, well, you know what, honestly, if I can only recall back to when he said that, yeah, I am really major. And it was a big thing when he was running for president at that time, because he was running, was it the same year, was it Obama won for his second term? Was he? It was around the same year that Obama was but then on top of that, but yeah, that was probably as far as I gotten. But yeah, he admitted to being very overweight. But I don't think that really hurt him. He has always had thick skin. Well, that man been out. Yeah. He has always been that type of straight shooter, and still to this day he don't mince no words. So I don't think whatever judgment that she had over him, I don't think it really, because he's still overweight. So
he has lost some weight, and people that are overweight struggle with that, for a myriad of reasons.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's diet, sometimes it's genetic, sometimes it's stress and stuff like that. And America as a country, where 70-80% of the population is overweight, what we should be. So and maybe someone like that says, hey, look, I'm trying, I need to be. But in the end, when you say like, oh, Barbara Walters, it came as a shock. 93-year-old Barbara Walters doesn't come as a shock. Twitch, in his 40s, that's a shock. But Barbara Walters doesn't come as a shock. She's disappeared, and we didn't know what happened to her. But she left because, for medical reasons, health reasons, when she left the View. And this is what it is. But if we're going to talk about, she was out there and she asked the questions that people didn't ask. But and sometimes she asked the really heavy questions that were important, that we needed to know as a viewer. And sometimes, asking a guy, you're really overweight. Okay, I think we can discern that for ourselves. Unless he's going to give us some secret to keeping his weight on or trying to lose weight. What's the purpose?
Got you. Well, we're going to get Harold. We'll get your point when we come back from break. We got a quick break coming up, guys. We'll be right back with more of this fun party on our New Year's Eve celebration. See y'all in a minute. Oh, okay. Well.
The truth is what sets you free. Amen. Take care, and everybody have a blessed holiday. And guys, I'm still waiting on my invite to come to LA. Take care. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Charles McIntosh, a.k.a. Chico, a.k.a. Atlanta's Best Kept Secret. Just want to wish everyone a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I want everyone to stay safe and make sure to spend time with the folks you love. I especially want to give a special holiday thank you and love out to my friends and colleagues at Truth Behind the Truth. You guys are doing something special. Looking at next year's being even better. It's going to be your bust out. Everyone be safe. Make sure you tell someone you love them. Happy holidays.
All right, and we are back, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Truth Behind the Truth New Year's Eve celebration. All right. We want 23 to come in with a bang, y'all. I mean, with a big bang.
Yes.
You know, I think a lot of people need that bang for their life. You know, I mean, anyway, but we won't get to that. We'll encourage at the end. Harold, go ahead with your point about Barbara.
Well, you know, I was first introduced to Barbara back in the 80s when she used to do those Barbara Walters specials. My mother used to love watching those, so I used to watch those with them. So, but Oprah put out a statement and was saying that, you know, if it had not been for Barbara Walters, there would be no Oprah, you know, and that's the kind of impact that she had, you know, and the influence that she had. So definitely a trailblazer.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, at that great point, like I said, we, you know, I mean, to your point, yeah, it's kind of expected, like you said, Sandy, earlier, but you know, you hate to see people go. I mean, it's a part of life. Yes, you know, we were teasing about the 105 and all this stuff, you know, stuff with me, you know, but you do. I don't care what level you are. It's just it's a part of our human nature. I think that's how, you know, we feel that way when somebody, you know, transitions on. But go ahead.
Well, you know, to be honest with you, I think with Barbara Walters, she represented a nostalgia of what people tend to think of the old times, you know, of America, when it seemed like everything made sense around the water, concrete, you know what I'm trying to get at. But it just seemed like she represented simpler times, and it was like, you know, she was a moment with, you know, with up until The View and all that stuff. You know, it's just the fact that, you know, as women in journalism, I think, you know, people gave her such a bad rep. Now, you know, that was that moment. But, you know, a lot of people gave her a bad rep for being so tough. And, you know, people were afraid of her, you know, and a lot of people, you know, who wouldn't want to do an interview with her. Yeah. But sure enough, you know, she had that type of respect, and, you know, people respected her in that field. And, you know, she made a big name for herself. And, you know, I can see what Oprah was saying, you know, without somebody like a Barbara Walters, or let's go back to, as far as Hedda Harper, you know, before that then, and, you know, all of those women who had to go through a man's tough world of journalism, because it was hard. You know, women were never taken seriously. They were only supposed to talk about fashion and home design, kitchen, you know, stuff. They weren't supposed to be talking about the real men stuff like politics. So for a woman to go over there and talk to somebody like over in Cuba, you know, the dictator Fidel Castro, that was very big. So Barbara, very iconic, and hopefully, you know, the legacy will still live on. You know,
throughout. All right, let's move on. Somebody wanted to talk about, right?
Also had Pope Benedict.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. How did I slip that? That was just overnight. You know, I mean, that was just like last night. I mean, gosh, it's like right at the same time, pretty much. You know, relatively speaking. You know, again, as I said before, it's sad to see them go. And then I didn't realize, I mean, of course, we didn't know Pope was, you know, as ill as he was, but when they started bringing it to the light that he was requesting prayers, that was kind of like letting everybody know that he was planning his exit. You know, it's like he knew he was going to, you know, transition out. The one thing that unfortunately at this time, they always bring up the scandals, you know, when a person, you know, transitions out, you know, whatever the case may be. And of course, we all know, and we won't really get into that too heavily, but, you know, what the Catholic Church has done in terms of, you know, abuse of, you know, young boys and young girls and, you know, things of that nature, you know. But one thing I will say, maybe you guys want to touch on this, is that I think the Catholic Church really needs to reevaluate their position. you know, in terms of what they believe that comes out of Scripture, because it is so distorted, you know, in my opinion, you know, of expecting somebody to give up their life entirely, you know, and the reproductive end of it, and all those other type of things. Living the life for God. I mean, God ain't requiring all that, you know. I mean, we have a Jewish brother here. He know God just like I know God. Okay, and God ain't never told neither one of us that. I don't know where they get that from. I don't know where they made it from. And maybe Sandy, you want to speak on the Jewish lineage. You know, I mean, God ain't never told, as far as I know, to give your life in some servant like that. You know.
Well, before we get into that, I just want to say about Pope Benedict, because he announced when Barbara Walters passed away, he was very sad and he thought that was a shame. And then they said to him, well, she's going to be doing a show from where she is now. And he said, oh, that's nice. And he said, yeah, but the bad news is you're her first guest.
I can't. You know what?
I can see that interview right now. Why did you not get really tough on the priest?
Well, if anybody can snap that second,
it would be her.
Now, what was the question you were asking? I didn't even know what the other question was about.
Oh no, I was just saying that, you know, I mean, you know, because again, they all, you know, we always like to kind of find a way to put the water on the fuse, you know, what I mean, at the end of the day in some sort of way. And the thing about it is that people start talking about the scandal that happened with the, you know, with the Catholic Church, and then us being, you know, where we are, being quote unquote Christian, or being, you know, the judicial system, you know, life of. Okay, how was my question before? You know, in your teaching, okay, at the end of the day, why do you feel everybody has gone the opposite direction? You know, typically the Catholic Church in many ways are saying that you had to live a life of celibacy, you couldn't, you know, get involved in anybody, and then you got all these men and these women that live this life and knowing good and well they had sexual desires, you know.
Boy, you're getting pretty heavy here.
I said a lot. A loaded question.
It is a loaded question, and I don't know if you're going to like my answer, but you know, you're taking people and you're making them. The Pope, the clergy are still humans.
Yes.
So they're subject to all the foibles of humans.
I totally agree.
And even though they want to raise above it. Ideologically, in reality, they're subject to everything. So they grew up as kids and they grew up around whatever, and then someone says, "Oh, you can be this," and they think, "Oh, that's a calling," but then it's, "Oh, you can't have sex, you can't see a woman naked, you can't," you know, and it's not working.
Okay. Go ahead, Parnell.
And the truth behind the truth is that wasn't always the case. You know, priests were allowed to be married until they started accumulating wealth, and when they passed, that wealth would go to their wives and children. And the church was like, "You've accumulated a lot of stuff, so what we're going to do is require you to be celibate. So whatever wealth you accumulate, when you pass on, it comes to the church."
Wow. Good point. Good historical point. Good. Love that.
That's interesting.
Love that. You know, and the dynamics, and beautiful for saying that. I think the dynamics of, you know, what those issues that still need to be addressed, you know, and I think the current Pope is doing his best to kind of reframe the whole idea and I think make it become more human. A good point that you mentioned a minute ago, Sandy, is that it's taken him some time, but I think that he is reframing the whole idea, because I think what they found is they found a lot of parishioners, as in many of these churches, becoming independent. You know, and they're independent in their thought, finding out who they are, accepting the facts of it, and leaving these organized religions, you know, and finding themselves, you know. So, but anyway, let's move on from the Pope. But I don't want to get too deep.
Parnell, I had no idea that's what happened. And that's very educational, and it's very fascinating, because it tells you that this is how the church was trying to exert its power to hold on to its wealth.
Right.
And so it's fascinating, because I never knew that. I didn't know that at one time it was that, because I don't study that stuff. But in Judaism, we have, you know, there's Orthodox, there's conservative, and there's Reform. And so when you say what's the difference, well, Orthodox is you're supposed to do all these things, and then you say, I'm Jewish, I want to be Jewish, but I don't want to do all those things. I'd like to do a few less. And then they go, I'm not going to wear black. I'm not going to cover. I'm not going to wrap the tefillin around my hand. I'm not going to, whatever I'm not going to do, I'm not going to do. And then they separate the women. They pray in one part of the temple and in another. And, you have sex with a sheet between you, and you go, I'm not buying all this. So I'm going to be Jewish, but I'm going to be a little less Jewish. I'll be conservative. Okay. And then the conservative, then there were Jews that said, I don't even want to be conservative. I just want to say I'm Jewish and eat pork. So I don't know. We're humans, and we do what we want to do, and then we adjust the whatever it is, the behavior. Us. So Parnell, what you were saying about that, that's how the church wanted to keep its wealth. Oh, well, we're not going to have kids and family anymore because then everything will have to go to the church. So that's fascinating to me. But I have to say, in my religion of Judaism, I think we've gotten away from what we were theoretically supposed to be and go, I want to be Jewish, but not that Jewish, and then I want to be, and then for the ones that want to, I don't want to be that Jewish. I don't even want to be that. I want to be even less than that, So, and then, you get to the point where, Jewish people are supposed to keep kosher and we don't eat pork and we have to have kosher food and stuff like that, and then you get to the Reform Jews. We don't eat pork unless we get it at a good price.
Oh my God! There's some ways you can go with that. Here, I'll go ahead and get your point.
Writing letters. Sandy said it. Sandy said
I know, right? It's so true. Here, I'll go ahead with your point.
I don't have a point on the Catholic Church.
Okay.
And then Sandy, then we have people like, what's his name, Santos, who is Jew-ish.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh well. He's a fraud.
And amazing that guy can come forward and say that statement and then say, look, I'm not a fraud. I'm not a made up person. I'm not make believe. Oh my God.
Yes, you are a real human being, but everything else about you is fake.
Right. All right. Let's go ahead and move on, dig on this some more. I know we got a lot of different things we want to share about, our life experience, what we've gone through this year. And I mean going through in a good way, and then if you have some challenges, it's okay, because we've had an opportunity to grow from those. And if you hadn't grown, you still got room to grow, at the end of the day. Did you want to take something to share first off, Parnell?
Oh goodness! Well, I mean, it's been every year is always a battle of wins and losses and just boredom and excitement.
Right. I like that one.
But this one has been good. I mean, just that our show has continued to grow.
Yes.
It has been great. And we've had some really wonderful conversations and some touching moments that we've had. And Lord knows how many tears JB has cried.
Yeah. Rivers of tears.
Rivers of tears. Okay.
And it's been great being a host and helping to bring these conversations to the public so that people can know what we're talking about and right. That we've gotten some really good reactions from our guests who've tuned in. So please keep telling people about the show so we can keep building our audience. And in 2023, looking to continue to build on that and just on my career in entertainment, I can finally announce, since they sent me the flight arrangements, that I'm going to be in Detroit in the Detroit area doing Blues in the Night.
Oh, congratulations.
So I leave from here. Thank you. I leave January 23rd. I'll be there. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to being that net cold, but a job is a job.
Yeah. And you're I have coats. Hold on before we go on. We got to go a quick break. We got to go to real quick. We'll come back with more discussion. We'll be right back.
Balance me out. you call? Yeah. Call 844-55-STARZ. It's Junk Stars, baby.
Hey, my name is Thurston, and here I have my CEO, son Langston. We specialize in junk removal, dumpster rental, and demolition. So if you need junk removed,
call Junk Stars.
You need dumpster rentals,
call Junk Stars.
Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and sweet Suze with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things ever.
All right, and we are back, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to The Truth Behind the Truth. Excellent night going on. I am happy. We're digging in. We're getting laughter started, so we'll have some more fun. Where did our other counterpart go?
Harold. Well, while Harold's gone, let me give the real information. It's the Meadowbrook Theater in Rochester, Michigan. So,
Rochester. Okay, I know what that is.
So I think we're opening. What is it? Let me look at the date. February 15th. Is going to be open.
So anybody in the Michigan area, please definitely go and support Parnell and get involved. I mean, hey, support. That's what we do. It's what we do. Is what we call to support people. All right. Matter of fact, what we'll do once you have your solidified information, we'll put it on the website so they know where to get tickets and everything for you. Okay, to see the show. So
how long are you going to be there?
I'll be there for 7 weeks.
It'll get warmer.
Yeah. Just as I'm leaving, it'll warm up.
One or 2 days. But you'll get the true essence of missing Denver. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, exactly.
You'll be like you're back at home again, so that's no big deal. It's cold.
Right.
It's cold. Yeah.
Yes.
So, Sam, do you want to go ahead and share real quick about some of the good things this year?
I have nothing good. You guys go.
Oh, come on.
I was just in Detroit. I was in Clinton Township at the Macomb Center.
Nice.
Okay.
In the beginning of December, there with my wife and our show, Sandy Hackett's Rat Pack show, and we, my wife's working on a bunch of things, but my wife's from Detroit, and Parnell, and her father Ron Miller was one of the songwriters in Motown. He wrote For Once in My Life, Touch Me in the Morning, If I Could, Yesterday, and she's working on a show about her father. Her story, and I just get out of the way because she's the smart one in the family. And and I think the biggest thing of the year, my wife has been putting together what happened this year. We started talking about it, and honestly, my memory's not that good. But my son graduated college at NYU, and
I'm really sharing that with me. Congratulations for that. She's in Michigan. Oh wow. Mary Lynn's in Michigan, so make sure she gets the information.
Mary Lynn, so we'll look for you.
I know, right? Great.
Congratulations, but now we have to pay the loans off. So
part of the process.
But Harold's back. Good to see you. And by the way, Harold, it's drizzling here in LA too.
In LA? Oh,
yes, it is. So, Sandy, if you don't mind sharing with the audience about your particular show, and I know, tell them about your show and what you travel and what have you, where they can catch you also.
My show?
Yes, sir.
I don't know why I'm having trouble hearing tonight. My show is about the Rat Pack, which I've been doing for a long time. I play Joey Bishop and Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., Joey Bishop. My wife is in the show. She's one of the producers. She plays a character I created called Frank Swan Love, based on the relationship that Frank Sinatra had with Ava Gardner. We also have some of her father's original music in it, and we also have a holiday version of the show. Where not only do we, because her father wrote all of Stevie Wonder's only Christmas album. And then my wife also wrote some Christmas songs, and we have that in the show. So with COVID, our touring schedule, was Parnell will tell you, and Harold, just fell off the planet. But hoping for things to pick up. We're going to be in Las Vegas in March. We're going to be in Buffalo, in the Seneca Niagara Casino next fall, and by then they should have gotten rid of some of the snow.
Right.
And I still do stand up and I act, and who cares?
We do, Sandy. We care.
Yeah, we definitely care.
I'm looking to downgrade as a Jew and try to find a good price on pork.
I cannot. Harold, go ahead with your point.
So 2022 really has been a really good year for me.
Yay.
And I haven't had many of them, but this really was a good year for me. And it makes me think about that saying where they say delay doesn't mean denial.
Yeah.
So this year I really saw a lot of the dreams and the visions that I had come true. Dreams that I've had like for 10 years, come to pass. And so it's really been a blessing. And it just reminds me that, just because things don't happen on our time doesn't mean that it's not going to happen, because we want it yesterday. And sometimes we have to mature into that goal, that dream we have. And we think we're ready for it, but we're really not. And so it's been a phenomenal year.
Can you say that again? Just what you just said.
Now I'm 55. I cannot remember what I just said. I do not know what I just said.
Well, I think you're basically saying delay is not denial.
Yes. And also that we have to sometimes mature into our dreams and our goals. Yes. We think we're ready, but sometimes when you start to get blessed and you're not prepared for it, you can self-sabotage yourself. Yeah. You can do destructive things to yourself because you're not ready to handle the weight of whatever that blessing or that goal is that you have. We see it all the time when people become famous and come into a lot of money. They're not able to handle it sometimes, because they begin to think they're defined by that. And they realize that once you get to that dream or whatever it is, it's kind of anticlimactic sometimes because we often think that it's going to mean more than it does. And so, so.
No, that's beautiful. I mean, really, 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 really well said. I mean, I couldn't articulate it better. Beautifully said. Now, do you want to share a piece with us about your year?
Hello.
Yeah, we see you.
Hey.
I know it's difficult to hear. Everything sounds so digitized. I heard part of what Harold said, and a delay is definitely not a denial. And I totally agree with. You have to mature into your calling. I'm 55 and I'm just walking into my ministry. I'm walking into my talents now. I've always displayed them, but actually walking into them and taking control of my life, yes.
Did any particular thing that happened this year that you'd like to share? No.
Well, technology said no.
Yeah.
What about you, Dylan and JB?
Well, 2022, like every journey is going to have bumpy roads. It's not going to be smooth sailing. So, you might as well go with the flow. You might as well go with the flow and hope for the best. But I can say this. It has been a year. There's some things I'm still trying to mature into. And I'm still trying to take stock of. I'm 33. So, 33, huh? 33. I think I'm 33 still, but I'm 34. It's just you know what?
Wait, you're not 33?
A lot of people in entertainment don't really give their tell their true age. So
I remember 33.
Right, 33. I'm still trying to be 33. But I want to say, 2022 was really a year of enlightenment for me. There was there's some things like I'm still trying to work on, and that's you when you're young, you want things to come fast, and Harold, you really preach that. But some things you still have to, you got to develop, you got to mature, you have to, marinate in, you have to marinate in growth. So it boils in the fact that yes, I want to say this year was a year of enlightenment for me, and plus it has I have really got in touch with my mental wellness with this. Okay. So this year, this up and coming new year, we will see change. We will see growth. We will inspire to grow and to get better in certain avenues and to be more patient. Yeah. So that is my New Year resolution, to be patient.
All right, good. Well, you asked the question, Sandy, so here goes mine. Now, I have. I mean, I could sit down and give a list of things that I am, have been excited about. About what 22 has been. In short, if I can say it this way, for this platform right here has been, I think, my ultimate dream, and for the behind the scenes, which is our wonderful technical director and associate producer, Charles McIntosh. He and I have had a long-standing relationship, not only friends out of this, but friends in establishing what the Truth Beyond Truth has become and becoming. And I am so excited about this platform and what it's doing. Number one, we're changing lives. And this is the one thing that when Dylan and I started this platform, that was our goal. That was our goal, to inspire, to change, to help people find their authenticity, to believe in yourself as what you've been created to do. And thank God we've been able to do that to so many people. We've had so many wonderful guests that have been able to speak to that. And if you have not watched this show and you're watching tonight, make it a part of your Saturday night. If you don't catch it on Saturday, go back and watch some of the other shows. There's a lot of them out there, that you can learn something from. We've had every topic this year, from bad singers. Okay.
Oh Lord. Okay.
From bad singers
I didn't saying nothing. I want to add myself to that list.
To great, and they know what we're talking about. To great philosophers. So but it has, and it's only growing. It's only growing in 23 because it's all of our goal to take this and be at somebody's studio right here in LA. Okay, and it's going to happen because there's nothing like the Truth Beyond Truth. There's nothing like these 5 gentlemen, because I am so graciously, and I'm deviating from my point. I'm so gracious for this charming and handsome man that has become my brother, Sandy Hackett. I'm telling you, I mean, this is an amazing guy, and I thank you, Sandy, so much for believing in us. Number one, and taking the time out of your busy schedule to sacrifice and be with us on a regular basis and where we're going with everything, because you have to believe in something to want to be a part of something.
That's right.
Well, if you hadn't hooked me up with the cheap pork, I wouldn't be here. But
what do you call it back in the East Coast? 5 for 5.
But I do really, I'm really grateful for that. And Sandy, I do really thank you. I think we all thank you, and looking forward to many more days and years, with you to be a part of this wonderful team and where this show is going. I mean, I could go to Harold, and I could go to Parnell. Y'all know. I mean, I take too much time talking about all that. So y'all know how special and how important you are to me and to what we're doing here. Natalie, I mean, hey. Well, anyway, I can't even list it all out, at the end of the day as to what it is and what we
don't want you to start crying during this celebration.
I'm trying not to, okay? I'm trying not to. I'm trying to keep it up, okay? And oh my God. This what you see, audience, is a vision of he and I and what we wanted to do and what our hearts did. And bringing it to light, So each and every time that we sit in front of this camera every week to bring you this platform, it does give us joy. I mean, at the end of the day, it does, to walk away from it, to knowing that if it was just one person, hey, we did our job that day,
Right.
But we know the show goes all over the world, okay? They don't let us know that it's going all over the world yet, but it's going all over the world. And I see the statistics, I see the people in Europe that are following us, and all over the country that are following us. So, which is a beautiful point, at the end of the day. So I do encourage you guys, if you do a regular share, like, and send some money. Oh, okay. Anyway. Hey, people want to get paid, all right?
You want to advertise?
I know, right? So that's here. 23, okay? Send me some money in 23, okay? Monetize 23. But anyway, but I do. And as far as our audience is concerned, I really love you guys. I love you ones that have really supported us from day one. We have had consistent audience members from day one that have been with us week by week by week. Some of them have been guests on the show, and some have not. And some of you are welcome to if we have something that subjects you want to share on, please contact us and let us know that you want to be a part of what we got going on. So I won't get into the projection of 23. That's our next segment. So, but that's what I'm really grateful for right now, you know, among other things, on the personal level. But that's my point for this point. So I think we need to get ready for a break. And we will be right back after this. And then when we come back, guys, we will talk about more of what our projections individually are for 23 individuals. Okay. So, and love you, Mama D. Thank you so much for sharing. Yes, indeed. We'll be right back.
I wouldn't dare come to Atlanta, and I'll let you know I'm there, Mama D.
All right, guys. Thank you again for tuning into the Truth Behind the Truth New Year's Eve celebration. Yes. Do want to say real quick, want to mention about DTWW Reactions, guys. If you are not following this man on his YouTube page, you need to. History. History, okay? And every facet of it. I mean, just very, very powerful. Go to his page, God like it, and send him some money.
I can't.
But yeah, DTW Reactions is really, it's very, very powerful. You guys will get more information from our webpage to be able to connect with him on that regard as well. So 23 going to be awesome with that. Where in the hell is Parnell? All right, that's another take of Truth Behind the Truth. It's just a little segment that Parnell's going to be introducing a little bit more at 23, just popping up everywhere that he possibly can, except for in the restroom.
Wow,
no cameras allowed there.
But Parnell, just share a little bit about what your goal is about with Where in the Hell is Parnell?
Well, really just to kind of document places that I've been, like certain events I'm going to, when I can get some footage for if I'm on set or in rehearsal somewhere, just kind of like, hey, this is what it's like when you're actually a working actor.
The behind the scenes,
some behind the scenes stuff, and just some of the different events that I've been invited to. You know, it's kind of nice to share that, because before I was invited to those events, I was kind of, I wonder what happens there. How do you, So it'd be nice to be on the other side of like, hey, I'm at this great party.
Right. Fabulous. So, and we also having, of course, Harold segments will be definitely continuing, I think, expanding more as we get into 23. Harold, kind of give us I guess a platform as to how you're going to be introducing things on the Truth Behind Truth, where you're going with your company and being the juice man that you are.
Well, just, my whole mission is just to really help people be more healthier, just raise awareness, because sometimes I think we're not thinking about it because we're so used to doing what we've done. And so just kind of disrupting some of the beliefs and the patterns that may not be so healthy for us, and just providing more information.
Good.
Yeah. Well, you have my Doritos. I can't have Doritos no more. Next
Right.
I saw the Hot Pockets thing.
Yes.
The Hot Pockets thing.
Throw them Hot Pockets out.
No more Hot Pockets.
I
Wait,
probably don't
JB.
taste good no more.
Yes, sir.
JB, you
Yes,
can have
sir.
the Doritos, but you don't expect to last till 105.
Right.
You ain't gonna make 105. Think about maybe 75 and
Right.
it'll be orange.
I know that's the truth.
I saw that I had just because I had bought a big old bag of Doritos from Costco. Oh, that's free advertising from somewhere. And I had just finished. You know how you get to the bag?
Right, exactly.
And then I saw Harold's post. I'm like, damn.
No, damn, they were good. Harold, at least you know you're making an impact. You start people to think about what they're doing. So that's
But if
good.
you think about it, though, most of the food that we eat here, they're not even allowed in certain countries. You know, there's certain places you can't even get stovetop because it's something with the product.
Right.
So you have to think about cereal too. Certain cereals they don't sell in other countries because something's wrong with the product.
When I saw Harold's cereal post, I said, "Okay, I'm stopping." All oatmeal now, because I mean, really, and I used to tell you here, I used to have, and I thought it was good. I used to have the Honey Nut Cheerios. It's a bowl of Nut Cheerios every day with almond milk. That was my breakfast, and then it could have been when my blood sugar was getting messed up, brother eating that. So I changed. So it's oatmeal and fruit, or raisins or cranberries or whatever, in the morning. I have a little oatmeal milk, almond milk on it, But anyway, I know we run out of time, so let's talk about our projection for 23. Individually, and we'll be in agreement with each other as a declaration, for this all to happen. No, he's got me. I'm not wrapping up yet. Hold on, everybody got to get their projection. I'll wrap in a minute. So let's keep it down to a minute if we can. All right. And Harold, you can go ahead. Since you had the floor last, just your projection for 23 for yourself, maybe declaration for other people.
Well, I'm just hoping for more peace. The 2022, it seems like there was so much loss and so much grief in 2022. And I'm just hoping for more peace. I'm hoping that, the loss and the changes and challenges people experience in 22, I hope that it begins to make sense for them in 2023.
So what about yourself and the individually?
In terms of, I want more peace too.
Okay.
Yeah, I want more peace too.
Okay. All right, Sandy, since we got you full screen, go ahead and what you're saying.
I'm with Harold. I'm right with you. More peace. We got the Ukraine going on. We got this Congress coming in that,
oh God, yeah.
Stuff. But, can we get stuff done? Can we help each other? Can we lend a helping hand to one another? Can we be better human beings? And can it start with, something like this and spread, and just be better?
Beautiful. Parnell?
Well, for my single friend over there, Harold, when you said more peace, I spelled it Piece.
I can't.
And I want that for you, Harold.
Right.
Well, if you want that for him, you should just take him to church.
Oh, really? Oh, my God. Again, for the letter writer, Sandy said that.
I love it. Okay.
I know, I'm so bad. For me, for our show, I'm looking forward to our audience growing and bringing on even more guests that come on and want to share their story and their ideas and promote what they're doing. For me, as an actor, as a performer, is to get back on another series.
Yes.
I'm ready for that.
Yes.
As this industry is, I keep working, but
right.
That would be nice.
Exactly.
Or another movie or two.
Right. Exactly.
And then, of course, keep growing in my marriage and stuff as we grow and develop and move into a new home. That's our goal for this year.
Wow. Great.
I always said my goal was patience, but for the world, I would love the world like the great Judy Garland said, because I'm a big fan. Right. So I'm just gonna quote my girls. I want the world to be a little bit more loving and to have a little bit more empathy. That's what I want the world to have.
Okay.
And hopefully by this time we will like each other a little bit more. So,
That's
you know,
good.
I just wish that for the world and for myself, patience for next year.
Okay. Wonderful.
Mama D says I'm on timeout. Okay.
So for me, wow, I would say that I have a long list, but I have a long list that I think that I speak out of my spirit all the time on a day-to-day basis. You know, I did kind of encapsulate that was when I was sharing with you guys as to what you mean to me and what you mean to this particular this project show, however you want to look at it. You know what I mean? So I'm number one, I'm very thankful, you know, to everyone that has been involved with the Truth Behind the Truth and will be, you know, involved with it, because we are going places, you know, and we're going to be in some amazing places. I told Harold some time ago that I've already seen us, you know, and the four of us walking, or five of us now walking into a stadium, you know what I'm saying? Because people are expecting to hear the greatness that we offer, you know, in a big, massive way. I mean, because all of these, what do you call them? Motivational speakers and all this type of stuff. I mean, you know, I don't see no change with people. They still acting the same way, doing the same shit. I'm sorry, but
it's all demagoguery. But keep going.
Exactly. Yeah. But anyway, but for me, really, realistically, is that and I'll share this as the audience perspective. Only take what you can take out of each day. Don't allow yourself to get ahead of what you're supposed to do in that particular day. And I think where we fell, like, quote unquote, calling New Year's resolutions and things like that, we put this huge idea out in front of us. Okay. Right. And we expect to do that. And then you walk into day two and you've already dropped the ball. Take each, if it's something there, take a piece of that and master that for that particular day. And then find something else activity and master that for that particular day. And as you go on, you'll find that you start mastering all of the things that you really desire in your life to be able to do. But you've got to take them in steps, in smaller pieces, to make it happen for you. You know, because we take too much as, oh, I got to do this right now. I love what you said about patience. I love what you said about peace. I love it because we all need that, you know, and we all need to make that a goal every day. We've got to find a way to have peace in this midst of the storm of life that just goes on every day, you know. But as you know, as our Creator has so skillfully said, we do have the power and the ability to speak to it. You know what I'm saying? And be studious of your words. Speak life over every situation. Don't speak death over a situation. Death is a part of what goes on, yes, but your words matter. Right. You know, your words matter. It comes out of you, it matters. So speak life over to everybody. Tell everybody, encourage people. You know, don't use the words like I'm trying, but say I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Trying is like, to me, it's a word that never ends. You never get there. You know, it's like a politician. I'm trying to get something done. They never do. You know, at the end of the day, you know, but use words that are more affirming for you, you know, that makes it absolute, that makes all of those things come together and makes it a solid moment for you. That's my, I know I got to wrap it up because I can keep going, but anyway, that's my declaration for you guys. I do say that you will have peace. You'll be prosperous. You'll be successful. And anything you put your hand to do is going to be blessed, and expect that, but don't expect all at one time. It comes in stages. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning into the Truth Behind the Truth tonight for our celebration of going into the new year. We want to say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Behind the Truth.
And we love you guys. Thank you so much. And we will see you on the round next week with a brand new show in 2023. Yes. Happy New Year from the control room. Thank you, Charles.
Thanks, Charles.
Everybody. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Happy